What's up, boxing fans? This is TBE Boxing, back at you again. Today's topic, Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, two of the dumbest racist fighters in boxing. Let's chop it up and see what it's all about.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This life before Richard, huh? And I got the glitzy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.
Okay, boxing fans, we're going to talk some boxing. Let's chop it up. So we got a couple of things to talk about. We're going to talk about the Power versus Hitchens fight. We're also going to talk about the Crawford Canelo fight. What's going on with that, if that's going to happen anytime soon. And we're going to talk about Teofimo and a little bit about Ryan Garcia, who is practically we haven't heard much about him lately, and that's good news. If you don't hear anything about him, that's good news. Same goes for Teofimo Lopez as well. So both of these guys are becoming irrelevant in boxing circles, and that's a good thing. But we're not going to waste a lot of time and do a lot of talking. We're going to go straight to the videotape. We're going to get the receipts. Let's check this out.
I know what you guys came here to do. You guys came here to fucking get rid of us, and that's not gonna happen.
My dad has this thing where, him being the father, him being, my trainer as well, he pretty much holds every title that is basically in his hands what they do with me. And he carries it a lot. He does. He carries it onto him a lot.
And for myself, all these fake motherfuckers, bro. I'm tired of this.
Then go out there, because we're not done yet.
I'll tell you this much. He's my father. I always vouch for him, defend
They don't
him.
like me, puppy.
I don't like you right now. And to be honest, I don't like you right now. You're really grinding my gears.
I'm talking for you. I'm talking for you.
You don't need to talk
I'm
to me.
talking for you.
But you've been out there trying to get some business.
We're trying. I think at the end of the day, I need a fight. I need a freaking fight, man.
We need to see you fight.
Yeah, no, but I need a fight.
So you're saying, if I have this right,
Yep.
that 55-45 wasn't an acceptable split to the Haneys? Is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Basically, what I got back from Jeremy and my lawyer, Greg, look, I think that what I got back from it was that they never responded. We waited a whole week.
So if you could wave a magic wand, really, who do you want?
Let me see. Jerron and his boots, Gervonta Davis, and finish with Terence Crawford.
You talk to your way, and what you think about it?
Man, fuck you. Okay, so you heard the response from the pound for pound king, Terence Crawford, when they asked him about Teo. He said, F Teo. And that's a legitimate response to a racist. Okay, so that's how you deal with racists. Now, we have a lot of people out here who try to ignore the fact that, Ryan Garcia and Teofimo are out there saying all these racist things and, doing these racist actions. But, you should never ignore that. I mean, is Teofimo and Ryan Garcia the only racist people in boxing? No, they're not the only. But, I mean, you have other racists in boxing, but they keep their head low and they don't come out and wear their racism on their sleeve like Teofimo and Ryan Garcia does just to get some kind of attention or to get clout, okay, which is really silly. It's a silly strategy, and it's backfired on both of them, and we all know what's going on right now. As you can see, Teofimo can barely get a fight. Ryan Garcia is suspended. He's trying to set up exhibition fights in God knows where. So both of these guys are basically they have become basically irrelevant, and the problem for these guys that they don't seem to understand is that, especially for Teofimo, because Teofimo doesn't have the social media following that Ryan Garcia does. So Teofimo, he's out there saying all these racist things, not realizing he's just too dumb to know that more than likely more than 50% of his fans are black. Okay, I mean, Tia doesn't seem to realize that. Okay, for some reason, if he does, he doesn't care. But I would bet that more than 50% of Teofimo's fans are black. Okay, because he doesn't really. I think he's from Honduras, somewhere like that, but he doesn't really rep Honduras or anything like that that I've seen in any of his fights. Okay, so he doesn't have a following from his own country or his parents' country. He's probably born in America. Uh, so he doesn't, he's not like Canelo, who can call on Mexico and Mexican fans, And the same basically goes for Ryan Garcia. These guys are second or third generation Americans, so they don't really have any connection with their parents' country, so to speak. They're Americans at the end of the day, and so you know you can't afford to piss off more than 50% of your fans. That doesn't make any sense in boxing. Okay, boxing is a very small area in sports as it is. It's a niche area, and so the more you don't have enough fans to be afford to waste them, and that's what Teofimo and Ryan Garcia has done. They're basically alienated their fans with their stupidity, out there talking all this racism talk, and Ryan Garcia kicked it off, and then Teofimo came right after. Okay, and they've been basically making these racist comments, and a lot of people have ignored it. I see people out there still trying to talk about Teofimo and Ryan, trying to talk about them having fights with Devin Haney, the Dream, or any other fighter. And we saw what Teofimo said about his so-called quote unquote offer to Haney. He waited a whole week, he said, and nobody they didn't respond to him, which they shouldn't. Okay, they shouldn't respond. Why would they want to respond to a racist? Okay, so why would you want to help a racist make money off of you? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so at the end of the day, the minimum, and this is the basic minimum that Teofimo and Ryan Garcia needs to do. They both need to get on, on internet, TV, whatever, and they need to make a public apology to black people for their disrespect and their racist comments that they have made. Okay, plain and simple. They need to do that before they get any fights. Okay, and if I was in boxing and they offered me a fight with Teofimo, I wouldn't take it. I don't care if it's $20 million. I wouldn't take it. Okay, I'm not going to help him make any money. Okay, off of me, because if you notice, which fighters did he call out just now? He claimed he's calling them out. Boots, Gervonta Tank, and Gervonta Tank Davis, and Terence Crawford, all three black fighters. You didn't hear him call out any Mexican fighters, right? Any Honduran fighters. Did he call out any Honduran fighters? No. He's calling out the black fighters, the one that he's calling monkeys and telling them that he got bananas and all of this. So if you feel that way about these fighters, why you want to make money with them? You know what I mean? So again, Crawford and Haney responded to Teofimo just the way they're supposed to. Just ignore him, because right now at this point in his career, Teofimo is irrelevant. Okay, he doesn't understand that by himself on his own, nobody really wants to see Teofimo. They want to see him in there with somebody that they think he could fight, that has some skills, and for the most part, those are the black fighters. Again, because the fighters, those fighters are the top fighters in the business right now. Okay, they're at the top level, which is where Teofimo is trying to get to. He's not there. He's not there. Nowhere close to it. So again, we don't even have to talk about Ryan Garcia. He's totally irrelevant in boxing right now. I mean, I doubt if he'll even come back to boxing, at this point. Okay, I mean, I don't know how he's doing on social media. I mean, he was a social media boxer to begin with, but we haven't heard much about him lately, and that's a good thing. Nobody want to hear about him. Okay, it is what it is. So yeah, that's my little riff on the racist Teofimo and Ryan Garcia. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on these guys. Okay, I just wanted to bring that in there. Uh, we're gonna talk about the Hitchens fight, and we can get to that right now. And somewhat for Teofimo and Ryan Garcia. Hopefully we never see them again in boxing, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let's get to the Hitchens fight. Now I don't know if who saw the fight, but it was a great fight actually. Very good fight, Hitchens and Paro. Paro put up a little struggle there, but he was doing okay in the first 4 or 5 rounds. But after that, Hitchens kind of pulled away from him. Hitchens was a little bit started a little slow. Uh, but eventually, with a little bit of encouragement from his corner, he was able to pull away from Paro and won the fight decisively. Even though one of the referees had the fight, called the fight for Paro 117, 111, I believe, which is crazy. But what boxing's all about. A lot of these guys are get paid to play. Some fighters get paid to fight. Some get paid. Some judges get paid to lie or to cheat or whatever. Okay, so it is what it is. But Hitchens was able to come away with the victory, and it was a pretty good fight. I mean, Hitchens, my opinion of him, first time I've really seen him. I've seen him in highlight fights, but I never really watched a whole fight with him, and that was my first time watching it. And from what I can see, he's pretty good. I mean, my impression is that he's a solid 140 pounder. He's very big. I don't think he's going to be at that weight too long. He's a thick guy, very not wide, but he's a good physical specimen for boxing. I mean, he's solid. Okay, thick arms, thick legs, thick frame, great right hand, great jab, good speed. Okay. If anything, the only thing I would have to say that I would like to see more of with him would be combination punches. He doesn't do a lot of combination punches, and he does have the speed to be able to do that. So I'm not sure why, but everything takes time. These guys, it takes a while to develop those type of skills. But I tend to try to compare these guys to the top guy, which is Crawford, and he's a pretty good boxer, but he could use a lot of he could use some seasoning. Okay, and the combination punches would be one thing that I would recommend, and and I say that in a way that to say that he needs to increase his offensive capabilities, because he does have a lot of good tools to use, but he's not using it. You know what I mean? He's taking one jab, one shot, resetting jab, which is good, but sometimes you gotta take the fight. You have to be more offensive. I think he needs to be more offensive, and his corner kept telling him that the whole night. He needs to let his punches go more. Okay, punch in between punches. He had the speed to be able to do that. Okay, and so, but other than that, it was a great fight. I mean, he put up he put on a great display of boxing skills. Okay, so I think he's gonna be I think Hitchens is gonna be a tough opponent for anybody at 140 pounds. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to think now who at 140 pounds can beat him, and I'm not really I can't really think of anybody based on what I saw. I mean, if Devin Haney catches him now before he gets more experience, he could probably take him. Okay, Haney could probably take him now at the level that he's at now, but after the next 2 or 3 fights, I don't see anybody really being able to beat him at 140 pounds. He called out Teofimo. Teofimo, I mean, again, I wish he had done that, but, I mean, there's a lot of people you're going to call out, but maybe you think that there's money with the Teofimo fight, but I don't know, because, Teofimo has lost a lot of his shine. He has a lot of controversy going on with him being, making racist comments now. So he doesn't have the marketability that he had previously before he started making all these racist comments. His market value has went down considerably. And so I think that's another problem he's having with ESPN and all those people, because they say he's making all these comments, and I guess if you saw in the video I just played, say, "Oh, you're trying to get rid of us." I think that had something. His father was saying that. I think that had something to do, with what we're talking about now, his marketability and the fact that he's making these comments, and it's bad for business from a TV a sports standpoint. So they probably were talking about that. But anyway, anyway, uh, anyway, I don't really see. I'm glad that. I wish that Hitchens hadn't called him out, because again, I don't think you should support these racists in boxing. But I mean, maybe think about there could be money in the fight with him, but I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure. I think there's probably more money in a fight with Haney than there is with Teofimo. He should probably try to set up a fight with Haney, and let Teofimo stew in the filth that he's in right now, with all his racist and vicious vitriolic comments about black fighters. Okay, so again, don't support racists. I don't believe in doing that. We should never support them, and so it is what it is. All right, so we don't know who is going to take up Hitchens on his offer. Maybe we might see Teofimo fight. Not that I'm looking forward to it. The only thing I look forward to in a fight like that is to see Teofimo get beat. And, I'm pretty sure that Hitchens could probably beat him at this point, because I don't think that Teofimo is as experienced a fighter or as good a fighter as Devin Haney. Okay, so I think he might have more trouble with Hitchens than Devin Haney would. Okay, but again, we'll never know. We can only tell once they get in the ring and fight it out. I mean, at the end of the day, we can talk all we want to, but they got to step in the ring. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Hitchens fight again. Don't know who he's gonna fight next, but oh, and I just on a side note, I'm kind of surprised that Liam Paro's people put him in there with Hitchens in the first place on his first defense of his title. That was a pretty tough fight for your first defensive fight. Maybe they could have gave him a little softer touch and bring him along a little bit, but I don't know why they did it. But maybe it's for the money. Maybe they had no choice. Maybe there was no way it was either fight or leave the belt. I don't know, but it seems to me that that was a pretty tall order for your first defense against a guy like Hitchens. So, but hey, more power to Pyro and his people. I'm pretty sure they got paid a pretty good purse for this fight. Well, I'd hope so, at least anyway. He took a big shot, a big chance, against a guy like Hitchens, and we all saw what happened. All right, so again, looking forward to seeing Hitchens fight again. Congratulations on the fight. Now, people are starting to wonder if Canelo is afraid to fight pound for pound king Terence Crawford. That seems to be the general sentiment out there right now. I mean, after all has been said and done, there's been a lot of talk, and yet still this fight hasn't been made yet. We keep hearing that it's close and close. But I mean, we're talking about the biggest fight in boxing right now. Okay, this fight, we have a heavyweight fight coming up with coming up soon with Fury, right? He lost the first fight, and now they get ready to have the rematch. And the fact of the matter is that the Terence Crawford Canelo fight is a bigger fight than that. It's the biggest fight in boxing. So I'm kind of at a loss as to why this fight is not being made. The biggest fight in boxing. Maybe we might see something in the next couple of weeks or something like that. I hope so. Anyway, I mean, people, Canelo has made all kind of excuses, and we've heard them all from Canelo. From one excuse to another. But at the end of the day, he hasn't definitively said that he's not going to fight Crawford. Maybe it's, it's the money play. He's trying to make more money. I mean, I'm hearing talking out there. I don't know if he said it himself or if somebody's just saying saying it, but they're saying, Crawford is trying to make him get a payday, But if Crawford is trying to get a payday, wasn't it Canelo that was asking for $200 million or something like that? I mean, so who's asking for the payday? It sounds to me like it's Canelo. He's looking for a big payday to fight a guy like Crawford, who is two weights below his division, 2 divisions below his weight class, and he's asking for that much money to fight this guy who he claims that he's gonna beat. It's not. So I mean, I don't know. I think Canelo is capping. I think they're legitimately afraid of Crawford. From a I'm not going to say he's afraid of Crawford personally, but from a boxing standpoint, I think that Crawford's style, his abilities, his determination, his strength, his power, the whole kit and caboodle, his whole bag of skills that he have is something that Canelo is afraid of. Or his team. I think they believe that Crawford will give them a hard time and that he can actually probably beat Canelo. This is what's probably going through their minds, okay, and which is probably why they're asking for such a big, amount of money to make the fight happen. Okay, I mean that's the only thing that makes any sense to me. Because if Crawford is an easy fight and you're getting paid $100 million to fight him, wow, I mean, I'll just jump on that fight. I'd make that fight my next fight and get it out the way and just beat him and go about my business and pocket my $100 million. But we don't see that happening. Okay, we see all kind of excuses, all kind of talk, all kind of nonsense coming from the Canelo camp. They're saying everything but let's fight. Okay, that's what it comes down to. So, I mean, sometimes you can't make this stuff up, but, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we'll see how it all plays out. But for right now, that's all I have. I'm not going to make this a long video. I'll see you on the next one. This is TB Boxing saying, I'm out.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, On the block with the pole, This is the life that I chose, On the block with the pole, That's life before riches, And I got the glitzy, run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.